Welcome back to Wheeler High School. Jeff Benedict, Jihad Riley here with you on SUVtv for game number 4 here between Southwest Atlanta Christian and the Westlake Lions, the defending 6A state champions. I don't know if this is going to be a great game, but we'll see some pretty good high school basketball here as Westlake can flat out play. Play ball is anybody that has followed GHSA high school knows that Westlake has been a force here for the last 15 years in the state, last 16 years in the state, winning the first state title back in 1999 in a team that went 32-0. Followed that up a couple of years later with another state title. Played, I want to say Westlake and Coach Darren, over 400 wins in his career, 8 state championship appearances. It has been phenomenal. This is a team that is looking to extend that streak here. Is Chuma Okiki, the Auburn commit, grabs the bucket, fills it up 2-0 now. Westlake over Southwest Atlanta Christian. Coming back the other way is SACA. SACA stops, pops, drops. From 23 feet, DeAndre Ballard there, the senior guard forward.
And that's what they're going to need from him. Southwest Christian Academy, DeAndre Ballard, Florida commit. Looking for some big points for him, get this team going.
Lewis up to Okiki in the corner for 3 as Westlake knocks that down. Great shot there by Chris Berry, the senior point guard. One thing you will see from Westlake, and one thing that's been a trademark for them for 20 years now under Coach Rogers, is the fact that they will press you all day long and turn you over several times a game. And we're going to get a foul, no foul call there in the open court. Back the other direction comes Lamar Oden. Down low over to Ronald Eloy, and he puts that up and in. 5-4 now, Westlake up over SACA. SACA going to press as well. Over to Lewis. Lewis, the Central Florida commit. Picks the ball up. His brother normally starts with him, but his brother, James Lewis, is actually out for 6 weeks with a stress fracture that he got in the Green Forest game last week that they lost 59-57 in the Hoops Giving Classic. And we're going to get a foul call. Kelvin Simeon should be going to the line to shoot 2.
And as you already can see, a lot of points coming out, starting out the gate. In order for SACA to keep up, we're going to have to put up points on the board. Westlake is well-rounded, got a lot of scorers on the team, led by Chuma Okiki. His game's pretty good. I like the fact that he seems like he knows what he's doing. He doesn't do too much, doesn't try too hard. Kind of similar to Harrison Barnes, pretty solid player, got a nice mid-range. One thing that I do like to see this game is see Chuma shoot from the outside. During this summer, he had a bad shooting summer, 1 for 13 the whole summer. And he's normally a decent shooter, projected to be about 35% at the next level. So hopefully he picks that up.
SACA coach wanted a timeout, didn't get it. Loose with the ball. Now over to Okiki. Nice look over into the corner is Barry. Barry back out top to Lewis. Lewis puts the ball on the floor, back over to Barry. Barry up top, over to Hunter. Chase Hunter, one of the better guards in the state. He's only a sophomore. Great size on the kid. Expect big things out of him. Takes to the rack up. Can't get it to fall. Ball on the floor. SACA's going to come down with it. They're going to come back the other direction. Here's Lamar Oden. Oden gets it up over to Cotton. Cotton goes up. Almost comes back down with it. Gets it out to King. Back over to Cotton. Cotton goes baseline. Throws it up. Challenges Simeon. Can't get it to fall. Barry comes the other direction. And out in the run is Hunter. Hunter throws it down with one hand. 8-7 now, Westlake up over SACA. 5 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. SACA with the ball in the corner. Cotton's going to go baseline, says he's going to pull it back out now. Picked up by Okiki. Chuma, again, the Auburn commit. You'll see him light it up here as soon as he gets going. Deep 3 there by Cotton. Rolls around, can't get it to fall. Nice job there by Oden. And Coach Tony Robinson finally gets the timeout he wants. Very animated about taking a timeout here very early on in the game. Kind of weird. That's a full timeout. We're going to take it with him. 9-8 SACA up over Westlake early here on SUVtv.
The 2016 Wheeler Hoops Classic broadcasts are brought to you by Adidas. Impossible is nothing. CBA Sports, your sports construction specialist. Deed Chain, great acts are made of small deeds. Assistant Basketball Coach app, your #1 database for drills, plays, and coaching insight, and Shot Tracker, bringing elite-level analytics to every level of the game.
Welcome back to SUVtv. Jihad Riley, Jeff Benedict here with you on the call for the 4th game here out of 6, Southwest Atlanta Christian. Famous alumni was the Hawk Center Dwight Howard, way back in the early 2000s, taking on Westlake Lions. Westlake been a powerhouse in basketball and football for 2 decades now. Nice ball movement there on the perimeter, over to Hunter. Hunter goes down, gets the shot blocked, but he's going to go line to shoot 2. Hunter again, the sophomore guard. One of the better guards here in the state. He's going to go line to shoot 2.
We got DeAndre Ballard on the other side of the court playing for SACA. He's a senior, number 15. Like I said, a Florida commit. So he'll be seeing a lot of Chuma Kiki the next few years. He's a different player. He has a little more flash to him. Can score in bunches. He loves the pull-up jumper. Has a nice little razzle-dazzle with his handles. Good solid wing for Florida next year. He's coming in with his boys. Hopefully they can keep up with the Westlake scoring.
Hunter knocks down both of those. He gets Westlake back up 1, 10-9. Back the other direction comes King. King gets a shot blocked by Okiki. It's going to be a jump ball. It should stay Southwest Atlanta Christian basketball.
Looks like it's going to be a physical game today.
Anytime you play Westlake, you have to get ready to bang because they're going to hit the boards hard. They're going to play aggressive defense, and if you don't like hitting, you shouldn't play them. And one count the basket, big time bucket there by DeAndre Ballard.
Like I said, he's a scorer. He needs to have one of his breakout games in order for them to compete tonight.
4 minutes, 18 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. 11-10, SACA up over Westlake. Ballard completes a 3-point play, 12-10. SACA out, full court defense. Daniel Lewis with the basketball. Gets it over to Hunter. Hunter goes baseline. Nice little wraparound. Ball's going to go out of bounds.
Great hustle.
It looks like it's going to stay Westlake basketball.
Funny story. DeAndre Ballard's nickname, they call him Tigger. And now I can kind of see why. Not only does he have the bounce, he does resemble a little bit. But the bounce is what we were talking about, really.
Okiki with the rebound. Chase Hunter now with the basketball. Over to Lewis. Lewis tried to force feed it down low into Simeon, not able to hold on to it.
Looking for a big game from Mr. Isaiah Cotton. That's DeAndre Ballard's fellow guard, another senior. He's have some big points and big moments to help out his teammate.
Lewis deep three is going to be off left, ball on the floor. Able to save it over to Ballard. Ballard tells everybody to get down court as he can run it up now over to Cotton. Cotton picked up by Chuma. In and out, reset the offense there. Jonathan King. And picked up by James Lewis. Daniel Lewis, I'm sorry. James Lewis is actually out for the next 6 weeks for Westlake. Big time block there by Simeon, ball on the floor. Westlake, jump ball. This is going to be Westlake's basketball. 12-10, 3:15 remaining here in the first quarter.
Southwest better get ready. They better get ready to put some bodies up. So far, a quiet quarter for Mr. Chuma Kiki. But he has 3 quarters to go. I'm sure he'll bring it out when he feels necessary.
Hunter cross court over to down low to Chuma. Chuma throws it up, throws it down. Big time flush there by the Auburn commit. And it ties the ball game up at 12 with just under 3 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Cotton comes back the other direction for SACA. He's going to walk the ball up very, very gently. Make that Jonathan King. And then all of a sudden he explodes, goes to the rim, throws it up off the backboard and in. Nice take there by Jonathan King. Explodes at that last minute and finishes at the rim. Coming back the other way is Chase Hunter. Hunter loses his feet. Ball on the floor. It's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to go back to SACA.
Got to finish through contact. Need them plays. Big play by Mr. Jonathan King.
Always love when fans start yelling things at officials like it makes a difference in a ball game. Whether it was a travel or not, it doesn't matter. He got the ball.
Sometimes they just need to be heard.
Not need to be, want to be. Coming back the other direction is Kobe Isaac, the senior point guard who checks in for the Warriors. Now over to King. King calls out the play. Westlake in their 2-3 zone defense. You'll see them be very active, however. Simeon challenges that shot up and in. Beautiful shot there by Ronald Eloy from the free throw line. Daniel Lewis now with the basketball. Cross court over to Chase. Hunter goes right at it, throws it up. He's going to get blocked out of bounds. Oh, they're going to say it goes back to the Warriors.
Yeah, I don't think that was a block. I think he threw it out.
And that's clearly the call. Good, you know, it is what it is.
No, but that last play by Mr. Eloy, that was a good play. That's how you break up the zone. You got to break
Deep
that
shot by Ballard. Rims out. Chuma with the rebound. Okiki looks up, gets it up, throws that ball away. Out of bounds on the Warriors, though. It'll remain Westlake basketball.
2 players in the same area, never good.
Last year, in the state championship game, Westlake was surprised by Cam Newton had bought them all brand new uniforms and shoes for the state title game, and he surprised them and make them with them. As they were a Nike school for a long time, now that they've gone to Under Armour, obviously, Cam Newton had a lot to do with that. Battling at the rebound, can't get it to go, ball knocked up, and finally the Warriors come down with it, and it's going to be a foul against Westlake. As right now, Westlake's getting all they can handle from the Southwest Atlanta Christian Warriors. As we're going to see Brandon Favors check in. Yes, that is Derek Prayer's little brother. Derek with the Utah Jazz. Played at Georgia Tech.
Can he play like his big brother?
No. No.
Not even close, huh? We'll see.
I don't know if he's close, but he's not his brother. And he shouldn't be. He should be himself. Deep corner three, rattles around and in for Ballard. Ballard's starting to get hot here. 19-12 now, Westlake finds themselves down 7.
That's exactly what they need from Ballard.
Lewis over to Hunter. Ballard's going to pick up a cheap foul about 50 feet away from the basket. And I'll tell you now, as a coach, there's nothing that drives you crazier than those cheap fouls away from the basket. You're just giving guys freebies. As we're going to see Cotton make that Jonathan King check back in.
Well, his adrenaline was probably up. Just made a big shot. Maybe force a turnover, get another big one going, get the momentum in their way.
Lewis with the ball into Chuma. Chuma turns around, goes in, gets blocked from behind. Big time block there by Ronald Eloy.
That was a good play by Eloy. Way to stay with it.
And I'm probably butchering his last name. I have no idea what it is. Lewis gets the ball in over to Hunter. Hunter in the corner. Can't get the three to fall. Ball up and in. Westlake just can't get anything around the basket right now. They're getting the looks. They just can't finish. Back the other way comes the Warriors. Ball's going to be flipped up. We're going to get a foul call.
And Southwest is taking great advantage of it. Keep attacking that defense.
Dante Page is going to pick up that foul for the Lions.
So both of these teams will see Green Forest, who we will see later on tonight. One of the better teams in the nation. Westlake took a 2-point loss to them. Second game of the season.
Yep.
I think Southwest Christian Academy, they play later on in the season. So some good tests for both teams. Other than this matchup.
Eloy able to knock down the free throws. 20-12 now. They extend the lead out to 8. Westlake finds themselves in a hole. Something that doesn't happen very often. Nice dish over to Favors. Favors can't finish. He's fouled. This one's going to go against Isaiah Cotton, and Favors is going to head right to the free throw line.
That's a great pass.
It was a beautiful pass, man. Right on the money. Gave it to him. Wish he could have finished that. But at least he's at the line now to shoot two.
And Favors is a junior, so I'm assuming next season, once Chuma is settled in Auburn, him and Jamie Lewis will be the forerunners of this team.
If you haven't ever seen Jamie Lewis before, he was the #1 freshman in the country coming into high school. Has played varsity for all 3 years now in high school at Westlake. It's fun to watch. It's a shame he's got a fractured foot and is out for 6 weeks.
Yeah, that's tough, especially on a young kid like that, but I'm sure he's going to come back like he never left.
Deep three there from his brother, David. Daniel going to Central Florida. Big time three, 20-15 now, final 43 seconds here in the first quarter.
And that's his game. He shoots outside, pull up from anywhere. Don't let him get hot.
He's a fantastic shooter for Westlake. Ball on the floor. Lewis is going to come up with it. He's going to turn, spin, and gets it out in the open court. Puts the ball on the floor to his right side. Explodes to the basket, right hand. You're going to get a charge. They're going to say Lewis was out of control. Lewis says he was under the basket, which he may have a gripe with.
I understand his decision. Probably not the best one, though. Pull up, set up the offense, get an easier basket. This game seems to be running off a lot of momentum. Both teams trying to get it going quick as we come to an end to the first quarter.
Jonathan Gang will bring the ball up for the Warriors. Final 17 seconds here in the first quarter, 2015. SACA Warriors up over the Westlake Lions. Over to Ballard. Ballard, deep three, thought about it, put the ball on the floor to his right. Step back, three off the back of the rim. Rebound's going to come down to Jonathan Markham. Markham's going to get fouled. Again, another stupid foul, 55 feet away from the basket.
Both of our stars, that's their game right there. One dribble, pull up, shoot, mid-range, 3-point. That's how they get their bread and butter.
3.9 seconds remaining here. Markham's going to throw it up off the back of the backboard. No good. And that will end the first quarter. Westlake finds themselves down 5, 20-15. Here in the 2016 Wheeler Basketball Classic, sponsored by Adidas. Watch right here live on SUVtv. Welcome back to SUVtv. Jeff Benedict, Jihad Riley. Game between Southwest Atlanta Christian taking on the Westlake Lions.
Let's see who we got in today. Looks like we're back with the starters. Oh, nope, number 24, McCall, still back in.
Over to Ballard. Ballard, the Florida commit. Picked up defensively there by Hunter. Shot's going to get blocked. We're going to get another foul call, and it's going to be one of those games where they're going to call every single thing.
DeAndre Ballard has been making his name known in the first quarter. Still waiting on Chuma. But Ballard, I think he knows what he has to do in order to get a W tonight. Put the team on his shoulders and lead them with confidence as he makes the first free throw there.
And Ballard knocks down both of them. Extends the lead back out to 7, 22-15. Early moments here in the heads up.
Oh, nice
Hunter,
job.
Hunter went out of nowhere. I didn't think he was going to get that, and I didn't want it to hit the equipment here. Or Lisa, because it looked like it was coming right at her face.
That was a nice grab by Hunter. Does he play football?
No, he does not. If he did, they wouldn't have gotten beat last night, 28-0.
Oh.
They got beat. Westlake lost to Roswell last night in the state semifinals, 28-0.
Well, Roswell is a beast in itself. So
yeah, they are. They've lost one game in the last 2 years, and it was last year in the state finals to Colquitt County.
Oh, Chuma picks up offensive foul.
This is just not going Westlake's way. These guys got to be able to find it within themselves to fight through this right now. They're not used to being in a dogfight. Although I say that they were in one last week to Green Forest, but Green Forest is a whole different beast. I mean, that team, and you guys will see that game live here later on with Wheeler and Green Forest. Green Forest has guys 6'11", 7 foot in their starting lineup, and they're college big. They're a very good basketball program. Hunter thought about it, puts the ball on the floor, goes right back over to Chuma. Chuma, left hand, can't get it to fall. Rebound's going to come down to SACA. They're going to get up quickly over to Ballard. Ballard stops, pops off way too much on that shot. Ball on the floor. Westlake's going to come up with it. We're going to get another foul call. Stop me if you've heard this one before.
Westlake's got to put the ball in the bucket. That's all they're missing right now. They're putting up the shots, getting the looks. Just can't get it to fall. Probably need to see Danny Lewis get a bucket, see one fall down. Maybe see Hunter get one to fall down again. Because right now they just don't look like they're really in it.
Chuma turn around, pull it from 17 feet, way wide. SACA going to come down with the rebound. Back the other direction comes King. King, nice little spin move in the open court, takes it. Nice little wraparound up and in. Great teamwork there by Eloy and King as they extend this lead now back out to 7. Another turnover. Ballard throws it up. Oh! Tries to posterize. Instead, he's going to go to the free throw line, and he almost posterized.
The Warriors are playing like they are supposed to win this game. Great play by Ballard, great steal. Almost with the emphatic finish on McCall. He'll knock the 2 down, though.
Ballard knocks it down, 25-17, 6:05 remaining here in the first half. I think most people just assume Westlake was going to win this game. And SACA has made everybody realize they're not going anywhere.
I think Westlake thought the same thing. They thought they were going to just come in.
And it's always dangerous. When you assume you're having an opponent beat before you even start the game, things rarely ever work out for you.
Especially against a team that's not bad. They're
right.
Not bad at all.
In high school basketball, it takes one kid to make a team great, and they've got that great kid, and DeAndre Ballard. And when you got a kid like that, everybody else buys into it and steps their game up to match his, and it makes everybody better. And you can see Ballard on the court. He's a fantastic leader. Guys believe in him. They rally around him, and he leads by example, most importantly.
Exactly. He's playing hard out there. Playing real hard. Got them boys working. I don't know. I just like to see a little more out of these Westlake boys. Like I said, I just feel like they just here right now. Pretty sure if they don't get it together in this quarter, halftime is going to be a rude awakening for them.
Talking to Westlake assistant coach Darren Rogers Jr., who was actually on the state title team from the 2002, and I was looking at his new ring, and I have one from the 2002 team as I was on the staff with them, with Coach Rogers. Man, I'm jealous of the rings, man. The one we got was like simple. This one was this one looked like a championship ring.
Was it so? It was big and blingy. Huh?
Oh yeah. I mean, I've got a championship ring on now, and it was better than mine, and mine was from a professional league.
I was actually following Westlake through Twitter. Had some friends who were high school alumni there, so they were following them on Twitter and whatnot. And I got to see some highlights, and they were really exciting last year.
Yes, they could light it up last year. They played. The reason they played in Langston Hughes, Pebblebrook themselves, Douglas County, might be the toughest basketball region in the country. When you talk about it, Favors goes up, can't finish. You'd like to be able to see him take the contact and finish as he was above the rim, but he'll go to the line to shoot 2. His team down 6, 25-19, 5 minutes remaining here in the first half.
Mind you, Chuma Kiki is a transfer from Langston Hughes. He was there his sophomore year.
Yep.
Transferred to Westlake his junior year. So I'm sure he was familiar with them boys.
And even if he's at Langston Hughes, they are the best team in the state. Right now at Westlake's one of the top 3 or 4 teams here in the 7A bracket.
They got to do a little more tonight to keep that up.
At some point, you hope they wake up. Very, very lackadaisical effort right now, to be honest with you, and I'm very disappointed. As I say that, and they come up with Chuma coming down the other direction, goes up, it's going to get blocked, it goes off his knee, but they're going to say it stays Westlake basketball.
And that play right there, like just the way he went up, the way he came down, it's like he really didn't. He didn't care.
Agreed.
Well, he may have cared, but he didn't care.
Lewis with the basketball, picked up defensively there by Jaden Caldwell. Over to Chuma, back out top to Lewis. Lewis looking for the pick. instead picks the ball up. Deep three. This one Favors up and in. Big time follow there by Derek Favors' little brother, Brandon. The junior power forward throws it down, 25-22 now. Westlake with a little bit of life. Big time defensive block there. I know he got the foul, but I like the tenaciousness that Favors is showing here off the bench.
And you know, after that play, I honestly would like to see the Westlake players out there get a little more excited for that. The way they've been playing, and you see your teammate put back dunk like that, that's when it's time to turn up. And it's still, I don't think it's there yet. Need one of these leaders to come out as he misses that free throw.
Those of you watching at home, we get you updated the SEC championship game right now. 23-9, Alabama up over Florida. Still 10 minutes left in the first half.
So is Alabama a sure win or no?
Of course it is. A sure win for what? The national title? No.
Yeah, national title.
No.
And why not?
It's just not. Is there in any walk of life, in any sport, is there anything as a sure thing?
Well, no. I understand that, but I don't know, man. They just look like they just have it going.
Favors with the rebound, loses it. Chuma Okiki comes up with it over to Hunter. Chase Hunter now off the back of the rim, rebound up in the air.
There's been a lot of pull-up jumpers.
Yes.
And I think that's what's holding these guys back. If you pay attention, Southwest has been attacking the rim, going at bodies. Meanwhile, Westlake has been pulling up for contested 15-footers.
Yep.
And that, you know, if they're following, they're following. But right now, they're not following. So you need to take it to the rim. You need to get your best player the ball and get it in his hands. But that's the thing about Truman. He's a pretty quiet guy. He's not a rah-rah type of dude. He comes in, he does what he needs to do, and he goes back home.
Favors contested the shot on the baseline, goes back up, and SACA able to knock that one down. Ronald Eloy with another basket, lead back out to 5.
It's a dangerous pass.
Lewis, deep three, up and in, big time shot there as he pulled up from the eye of the tiger.
Which was another 10 feet behind the three-point line.
Channeled his inner Stephen Curry. Turn around by Eloy, no good, ball up in the air. Chuma Okiki's gonna come down with it, leading the 4-on-1 break over to Lewis. Lewis left hand, left side, up and in. Nice job there by Lewis to tie the ball game up at 27 with 3 minutes remaining here in the first half. And you know what, maybe that dunk by Favors ended up waking this team up and they're starting to play with a little bit more life.
If I was coach.
Deep three by Ballard off the back of the rim. Rebound, Favors gonna come down with it. Favors giving them a nice little something off the bench here. And we're gonna get a timeout taken by Westlake. It's gonna be a 30-second timeout. We're gonna stay here with them. If you're looking to get a new basketball court or multi-purpose court, CBA Sports can help as your sports construction specialist for commercial and residential projects. Visit cbasports.com and contact us to discuss your next indoor or outdoor project. True Hoopers, you have always had to get better at your craft. Download the Assistant Basketball Coach today to get drills, plays, and content that will help you improve your game. Follow on Instagram at Coach_ABC. Make sure you tune into SUVtv on December 9th through the 10th for live and on-demand broadcasts from the Memphis versus Atlanta versus Birmingham Classic. 3 different cities represented, plenty of individual and team talent. Again, you can watch that right here on SUVtv. Also, don't forget, in January, their Premier Health Fly Into the Hoops Invitational is also live right here on SUVtv. That's going to be January 13th through the 16th. Order your premium viewing pass today at thesuvtv.com. This was the 30-second timeout that has lasted longer than most of the full timeouts that we've seen today. 27-27, 2:42 remaining. Westlake versus Southwest Atlanta Christian. The Warriors have taken it to the Lions here to start the ball game.
Westlake has quietly come back into this one. Tied it up. They were down by as much as 7, I believe.
And by the way, coming up next is going to be Pebblebrook taking on Berkmar. In a game featuring Colin Sexton, one of the top 2 point guards in the country, not the state, but the country. And I'll tell you, I was talking to somebody before, and we see another deep three here by Westlake. That one's a knockdown by Christopher Berry, and gives Westlake their first lead since it was like 2-0, 30-27 with 2:20 remaining here Colin Sexton has a cult-like following here, as this place will pack out to watch him play in a game that won't be close. As the ball's going to be knocked out of bounds there by Eloy, and it will go back to Westlake with 2 minutes, 12 seconds remaining in the first half.
Yeah, I got a couple buddies at work that supposedly worked with Colin Sexton as he was growing up, and he's just been raving about him all season. I did watch a few highlights on him, and he's an electric player. He plays with heart, plays hard.
Chuma got stripped down on the other end. They're going to call a late foul against Westlake. I'm not sure why that happened. It was literally, if it happened, it was like 6 steps too late. But at the end of the day, all that matters is Jonathan King is going to the free throw line here for the Warriors.
Westlake seem like they're starting to wake up. Shots are falling now. As we all know, they can shoot the ball. And that's what's been, I believe, has been holding them back so far this half.
As you young cats say, the ball doesn't lie. Jonathan King misses the front end of the 2 shots. Is there in the double bonus. Westlake down, or up 3, 30-27. Eloy knocks down that one, bringing them within 2, 30-28, final 2 minutes. Here comes Hunter Chase. Chase Hunter. Over to Chuma. Chuma has had a really bad first half. Good look to Favors, throws it down 2 hands. Beautiful look there by Chuma, who hasn't been able to hit a shot, but he's getting his other teammates involved, and that's what you like to see from the big man. As Westlake up 4 now, their biggest lead, 32-28.
Favors has been the player of the half right now. He's came in, he's done what he's told to do, and a little more, putting points in the basket, or points on the scoreboard, I should say. Big time rebounds, as we just seen one there.
Goes baseline, does Hunter, throws it up. Can't get it to fall, but he's going to go to the line to shoot 2. Love the aggressiveness there by Chase Hunter with 1:22 remaining here in the first half.
Good half by Brent Favors.
Absolutely. Instant energy off the bench. It has done a fantastic job of rebounding and playing defense.
Yeah, it's been a big inside presence, especially when Southwest came out wanting to attack and get those big boys in foul trouble. He's been there and quieted all that down.
Chase Hunter off the back of the rim. Can't knock down that one. 28-32, 1:22 remaining here in the first half. This is game number 4 of the 2016 Wheeler Basketball Classic, sponsored by Adidas. We appreciate all of you watching live right now on SUVtv. Make sure you check out our YouTube page and our archive page for all of the archive broadcasts.
DeAndre Ballard is taking a break, so now we get a chance to see what Southwest can do without him. Like I said, Isaiah Cotton, as he looks to score there, doesn't get the bounce.
Nice box out there by Brandon Favors. Turns, gives it to Lewis. Lewis coming down the other direction. Already hit one from way deep. Over in the corner. Back out top to Lewis. Lewis looking for Chuma. Finds him. Pushes him out a little bit. Over to Chase Hunter. Hunter thought about going left. Stop. That step back would have been nasty. And all of a sudden, Westlake on the floor. They come up with it. Over to Chuma. Chuma, right hand up and in. Thought he got fouled. No call. 34-28. And Westlake, who was down 7 at one point, now up 6. Here in the second quarter with 35 seconds remaining.
And this is what I was looking to see from the start.
Corner 3. Back the other way comes Chase Hunter. 25 seconds remaining. Hunter goes baseline. Over in the corner, another baseline move here by Westlake. Throws it up. Can't get it to go. Favors going to go. Floater from 5 feet. Can't get that. Chuma going to tip it around. Cotton comes down with it. Make that King comes down with it. Ball's on the floor.
On the ground. Good pass.
Over to Eloy. Now they're going to pull it back out as Isaac. Isaac cross court. Over to Odin. Odin around and down. Tie ball game, 2 seconds.
Back to back.
We're going to go into halftime tied at 34 apiece. Southwest Athletic Christian happy with as they should be, with their first half production. Westlake, you can tell, you know that Coach Rogers is going to go into halftime and correct a few things. For your thoughts on the first half?
Those back-to-back threes by Odin sure was a big plus for them to end the half, as they seem to be dwindling down as far as intensity. But I'm sure that'll be good for halftime. But Westlake came out kind of soft in my opinion. I would like to see a little more aggression. They came out like they already won the game, and Southwest said, "No, buddy, that's not going to happen. You're going to have to play us tough." DeAndre Ballard came out, forcing his force with aggression, attacking the rim. So second half, I look forward to Westlake coming out with a much more intensified half. I'm pretty sure Coach is going to get into them and let them know that that was not okay for them.
All right, we're going to take a break with them. When we come back, we'll bring you second half live action right here from Wheeler High School, the 2016 Wheeler Basketball Classic right here on SUVtv.
Every day is another beginning. Gonna make my move, gonna live my dream. Gonna make my move, gonna live my dream. Gonna make my move, gonna live my dream.
The 2016 Wheeler Hoops Classic broadcasts are brought to you by Adidas. Impossible is nothing. CBA Sports, your sports construction specialist. D Chain. Great acts are made of small deeds. Assistant Basketball Coach app, your #1 database for drills, plays, and coaching insight. And Shot Tracker, bringing elite level analytics to every level of the game.
What if I gave you what you wanted? You know, stop being creative. What if I lost my swag? Just did the usual, the expected, the normal. What if we had no style?
That's not fun.
What if we didn't drop any heat? Gave you nothing to collect?
Come on, Harry.
What if I was all defense, no offense? You want me to put my game in the box? Boring. So if we send the Euro step back to Europe?
Breaking niggas, leave them calling. I'm balling like I'm James.
What if I gave them nothing to rap about?
Who am I balling like?
What if we did this? What if we did that? What if we kept the basic? Basic. It's the same old, same old, same old. What if we all stopped being creative? You really want that? Didn't think so.
Powered by assistantbasketballcoach.com.
Hey, so I'm only messing with these two? I'm only messing with these two? Yeah. All right.
You got some real food. Walk back there. You have that on, so they probably will. Yeah. Hey, I got in the game. I said, you don't work at SUV? They're like, oh, you're the intern for SUV? Yeah. Absolutely. They're like, oh, you're good, you're good. Don't you hate that? It's just big, it's red, painful, it's still not white yet. Yeah, I figured for building books, they'll probably be a lot higher.
But on demand on a Saturday, that's what it's called.
Will any representative of Berkmar please bring your roster and starting lineup to the scorer's table? Any
If I had known they had a hospitality suite, I wouldn't have got spent $20 on
your
something.
roster and starting lineup to the scorer's table. Thank you.
I'm not used to this system ends up in hospitality. And if they do typically some I can go. All right, let's go.
Yeah. Is mine on?
Welcome back to Wheeler High School. Jeff Benedict, joined by Robert
Wofford.
Wofford. See, I don't even know my own students' names.
Shows how good of a teacher you've been.
Yep, SUVtv. Game number 4 on tap tonight here between Westlake and the Southwest Atlanta Christian Academy Warriors, home of Dwight Howard. Of course, Westlake home to guys like Cam Newton, Pac-Man Jones, and a host of other guys that have gone on to bigger and better things. Tied at 34 apiece here after a back and forth first half, I should say. Westlake found themselves down 8 at one point, up 6, and then back-to-back threes to end the first half there by Southwest Atlanta Christian has tied this game up at 34 as we start the third quarter here. Westlake with the basketball.
Coming into this, you haven't seen too much out of Chumo Kiki. Big man on that team is going to be Danny Lewis, UFC night commit.
Corner 3 there by Westlake by Chris Berry, and that's now 3 3-pointers on Berry here on the afternoon to bring Westlake up 37-34. 7 is remaining here in the first quarter. The big commit there for SACA, DeAndre Ballard going to Florida, answers him right back at the other end, and that's the last thing Westlake needs is for Ballard to get hot.
Watching this game, I'm still trying to figure out something Ballard can't do on the court.
Yeah, he's been pretty good. Meanwhile, Okiki, on the other hand, finally gets a basket as he struggled in the first half, couldn't get anything going. That could be a great sign for Westlake as he comes out and hits his first shot here in the second half.
Yes, sir. They need him to get hot, don't they?
Oh, no question, as you got to turn around there by Cotton, no good. Make that Eloy. Okiki hit the ground. Lewis makes sure he's okay, and they get it going. 39-37. James Lewis. Make that Daniel Lewis. Kiki down the lane, throws it up. Can't get it to go, but he'll go to the line to shoot two.
Whether that ball goes in or not, you want to see him attack that basket.
No question. And that's one thing that he was missing here in the first half is he was fairly lackadaisical on the offensive end. And quite honestly, wasn't really a force either. What bailed out Westlake was Brandon Favors off the bench. As you see him talking to Coach Rogers right now. Brandon, the younger brother of Derek, former Georgia Tech star, now with the Utah Jazz. As Okiki can't knock down that one, and Eloy with the rebound. Over to Cotton. Cotton's going to set up the offense. Be picked up defensively there by Daniel Lewis. His younger brother Jamie's out for 6 weeks. Jamie probably the better of the two. And it's Ballard back-to-back threes now, and again, that's not what Westlake wants to see. Ballard getting hot here in the second half. He's going to pick up Lewis on the defensive end. Lewis calling it out, puts the ball on the floor to his left, stops, pops, off the back of the rim, rebound up in the air. It's going to come down to King. King will bring it up the court here for the Warriors. Surveys the floor. Westlake in a 2-3. Now over to Eloy on the baseline. Can't get it to fall. Ball's going to go out of bounds and will go back to Westlake.
That's more intensity by Okiki.
Chuma Okiki tying a shoe. Apparently everybody on Westlake is going to tie their shoe at this point. Lewis will bring the ball up the floor. He'll be met at half court by DeAndre Ballard. Play call comes out. Lewis going to Central Florida. Now over to the sophomore, Chase Hunter. We're going to get a foul call on the floor.
Westlake's going to take anything going their way so far. The score might be only separated by one, but the way Southwest is playing, they're winning by 15 so far.
40-39, Southwest Atlantic Christian up over Westlake. Westlake in their home whites. SACA in their road, what is that, maroon? Chase Hunter straight down, can't finish at the rim. Chuma with the rebound up, that goes off the front of the rim. SACA going to come down with it, and they're out the other direction. Over to Cotton. Cotton looked for Ballard in the corner. Bad pass, it goes out of bounds. Lewis does a nice job there of knocking it out of bounds.
That's dangerous. Keep number 15 by himself over there in the corner. Westlake's got to stay on top of them.
DeAndre Ballard telling him, hey, give me a bounce pass next time. Ballard comes in. Another three-point attempt into the second half. This one off the back of the rim. Rebound out quickly by Barry. Barry going to stop right in front of the Westlake bench. Nice little turnaround stutter move over to Favors in the middle. Turnaround, up and in. Nice job there by Favors to throw the ball in the hoop. And again, Favors has really been the key catalyst here for Westlake because they're up not one, 41-40. Top of the key, the out direction. Apparently here on Saturday night at 5:45, the bank is open for Jonathan King as he knocks in the three. Looks like they gave him a two, 42-41. Deep three by Lewis. Chases down his own. Unfortunately, over to Ballard. Ballard alley-oop up and in by Isaiah Cotton. What a great pass by Ballard. A very unselfish move there as he had the wide open lane himself, but instead fed it to his teammate. 44-41, 4.5. Chuma down the lane. Nice aggressive move there by Chuma, who's going to go to the line to shoot two.
Like I was saying, that's what you want to see out of him right there. Get to the basket, get the score, get the foul if you can.
Chuma at the line to shoot two free throws. Very quiet night here for the senior out of Atlanta, going to Auburn. His first free throw is up and good. Great shooter. If you're looking to get a new basketball court or multi-purpose court, CBA Sports can help as your sports construction specialist for both commercial and residential projects. Visit cbasports.com and contact us to discuss your next indoor or outdoor project. Okeeke's second attempt is up, and this one falls out. Eloy comes down with it. Over to King. King up top, met by Hunter. Now over to Cotton. Cotton thought about a three off the front of the rim, rebound up in the air. Favor's going to come down with it. He'll get over to Chuma. Chuma's going to turn and go. Chuma now to the left, over to Hunter. Hunter's going to have this pass knocked away, ball on the floor. Another turnover here for Westlake. Very sloppy play. That's Ballard the other direction. Two-hand slam. Nice job there by the big man. And all of a sudden now it's 46-42, but you can kind of, the tide is turning here for Westlake. They just can't get anything going.
SACA's trying to make a momentum swing going on. You can tell this team's rallying behind Ballard with everything that he's doing, whether it's passing or it's scoring.
Turning the lane by Okeeke, air ball from 3 feet away. The big man airballed a hook shot, which I don't even know. Jonathan King the other direction. Top, up and in. Nice take there by King. And there, SACA is just absolutely taking it to Westlake right now. They are back up 6, 48-42, under 4 remaining here in the third quarter. Lewis is going to back the ball out. Picked up defensively there by DeAndre Ballard. Lewis to his left, right hand, left side, up and in. Nice job there by Lewis to read the defense and finally stop the bleeding for Westlake. Ballard back the other direction, picked up by Hunter. Goes right by him on the right. Now look in the middle, great look over to Eloy. Eloy up and in. Right over the big man in Favors.
SACA's playing their game and Westlake's playing like they're trying to keep up.
And we're going to get a timeout here taken by SACA. It's going to be a full timeout. We're going to take it with them. 50-44, Southwest Atlanta Christian up over Westlake. When we come back, the rest of the live action right here on SUVtv. High School 2016 Wheeler Basketball Classic here in Marietta, Georgia. Sponsored by Adidas, live right here on SUVtv. We've got a great matchup going on right now between the Southwest Atlanta Warriors taking on the Westlake Lions. SACA giving everything that Westlake can handle and more. I just get the feeling watching Westlake that they came in thinking they were going to win this ball game. As Southwest Atlanta Christian hadn't gotten a win yet this year. And they've taken it to Westlake in every facet of the basketball game.
Stay here, DeAndre. Right there. Oh, shucks. Rebound, bust out. Stay, Isaiah, stay.
Ball back up top, over to Lewis. Lewis going to take it to the rim, up. Block shot there on Favors. Lamar Odin not scared at all.
Watch back, Ronald. Stay, Lamar. Don't give up the shot. Stay right there. Good D.
Great defense there by Southwest Atlanta Christian. Chumba can't get that one to fall. We're going to get a foul on the floor.
Tell me if I'm wrong, Okeeke's playing a little lazy today. Westlake's been all Danny Lewis and Favors. They need their big man to start doing some moves.
Chuma up top with the ball, picked up defensive lead there by Isaiah Cotton. Chuma out to Lewis. Lewis thought about it, and he does take that hesitation. Nice, knocks it down on Ballard. He and Ballard have gone back and forth here in the second half. Three-point shot after three-point shot, 52-47. Now Westlake pulls it within 4. Back the other direction, another big-time answer there by Jonathan King. force SACA to extend that lead back out to 8 with 90 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Lewis had a nice step off the brave Favors. Favors can't finish. You'd like to see him actually throw that down versus trying to lay it up over the rim. He was up there already. Might as well have just thrown it down.
Absolutely. Very unselfish play by Lewis.
Yeah, because he was there before
he had the open lane.
Bellard thought about it, looking at the clock, minute 10 remaining, so he's going to back it back out over to the King. King's going to call it out, asking everybody to back down, as he's going to try to take Lewis one-on-one. Instead, he gives it up over to Cotton. Cotton surveys the floor, picked up defensively there by Chase Hunter. Turns, spins, goes down the lane, right hand, up and down over to Lewis. Lewis is going to bring the ball back up the court now as his lines are down 8, 57-49.
Right there.
Lewis spins, give it out to Okiki.
Stay still, move the feet. Don't go for the fake. Watch the screen, Lamar, don't let him screen. Help him out, Lamar, right there, Lamar, right there.
Okiki back up to Hunter.
Help out.
Ball on the floor, pulls up from the free-point line, off the rim. Rebound grabbed by Chuma. Okiki looking. Over to Page. Page back to Chuma. Okiki in the corner, Lewis. Lewis, three-point shot, and in! Big-time shot, back-to-back threes now by Lewis. Lewis starting to feel it here in the third quarter. Westlake pulls it within 5, 57-52, under 10 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
Knights have a pretty good prospect with Danny Lewis.
Chase Hunter, 2 seconds, 1 second, pulls up. Too unselfish, as he wasn't aware of the time on the clock. After 3, Westlake finds themselves down 2, or down 5, I should say, 57-52. When we come back, we're bringing the fourth and final quarter live from Wheeler High School.
Powered by SUVtv.
Welcome back to Wheeler High School. Jeff Benedict. Robert Walford here with you on SUVtv. Fourth and final quarter here of a great one between Southwest Atlanta Christian and the Westlake Lions. 57-52, SACA up over Westlake. Every time Westlake has hit a big shot, Southwest Atlanta Christian has come back and hit an even bigger one. Kept them at bay the entire game, and I think this has taken Westlake by surprise, and by the time they realized they were in a dogfight, it was a little too late for them. DeAndre Ballard with the ball, going to Florida, puts the ball on the floor to his right, scoop shot up, can't get it to fall. Chase Hunter with the rebound, he's going to lose it off the backboard, and Westlake finally comes down with it. Back the other way comes Daniel Lewis. Lewis hit some big-time shots in the third quarter. Looked like he was starting to get hot. Looking for Chuma on the high block. Spins right up off the backboard and in. Big-time shot there from Chuma Okiki. Again, Westlake, if they're going to have a chance to come back here in the fourth quarter, he's got to get hot. Back the other direction comes Jonathan King. King will be picked up by Chuma. Screen out front by Eloy. Chuma's still there. Skip pass over the top over to, can't see who that is. That's Isaiah Cotton. Stops, pops, drops from three-point. They didn't say his foot was on the line, so they give him 2, 59-54, under 7 remaining. Daniel Lewis picked up defensively there by Cotton. Puts the ball on the floor to his left, goes to the rim, right side up and in. Beautiful move there by the senior point guard going to Central Florida.
Danny Lewis knows how to find the lane going to the basket. One of his best abilities is what I've been seeing so far.
Very cool, calm, and collected kid has been a great point guard for Westlake over his 4-year career. He doesn't lose his cool. He stays even keel the entire game, and that's what you want from your point guard. And he does a fantastic job of that. It's back up to a 5-point game, 61-56. Just a tad over 6 minutes remaining. Lewis now goes behind his back, gets pushed off, can't get it to fall. Great rebound there by King. The Warriors come back the other direction with Cotton. Cotton throws the ball out. We're going to get a hand check. It'll be ball inbounds. They're going to call this one on Brandon Favors.
Westlake being the returning champions, down by five points with 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter. I think they're going to need somebody to step up and be a leader for this team. I want to see if Danny Lewis can't be the person to do it. A lot of people think Chuma Okiki is going to be the person to lead this team to a victory. They might need to find somebody else to do it today.
Ballard deep three off of Lewis, rattles around, can't get it to fall. Hunter with the rebound, coming back the other direction is Chuma. Chuma goes to his left, right down the lane, left hand, scoop shot. He's going to go line to shoot two. Okiki to shoot two, his team down 5. First one off the right side of the rim. Been that kind of struggle here today for Chuma.
Big game in the fourth, you got to make these easy shots.
Gets his own rebound. Throws it out top over to Lewis. Lewis deep three off the side rim. Rebound out of top. Nice job by Westlake to chase that down. Chuma's going to come up with it. Puts the ball on the floor to his left, back behind his right. Straight down the lane, throws it up. Hits the bottom of the rim, but he's going to go back to the free throw line where he just missed 2.
Some good feedback on Okiki. Whether he's making his baskets or not, he's all over the court. He's playing top of the key, he's playing down low, he's playing physical. And coaches and trainers, the Assistant Basketball Coach app is a great resource for drills, plays, and special content. Download the app today to get drills, plays, and content that will help you improve your team and your players.
Back the other direction comes SACA. Okiki able to knock down both of them. 3-point lead. And every time Westlake has something, SACA has an answer for them. They do that time and extend the lead back out to 5. 5.5 minutes remaining here in the ball game. 63-58. Southwest Atlanta Christian up over the Westlake Lions. Chase Hunter, corner 3. This one is good. Big time shot there by the sophomore. Very impressed with the young kid. And a bright future here at Westlake for the sophomore as he pulls them within 2 with 5 minutes remaining on the clock.
Jeff, I think you and I can both agree we did not expect this game to be this close today. But Southwest really came out here, and Ballard with the shot has really made a difference for his team. We haven't seen him do too much this past third quarter or this fourth so far.
You know, I agree with you. I didn't see this being a close game. I thought Westlake was going to run away with it. And we see an out-of-control foul. Lewis is going to pick this one up as he was clearly out of control. That's an easy call there. But give Southwest Atlanta Christian all the credit in the world as they came out and they've absolutely balled on both sides of the floor. You know, they're not just knocking down shots. They're defending, they're boxing out, they're doing all the small things that are on the floor. We're going to get a timeout here. It's going to be a full timeout. We're going to take it with them with 4.5 minutes remaining, 63-61. SACA clinging to a 2-point lead.
Don't play their game, play it better. Get your head strong, attack distraction. You think this looks easy? You kidding me? Left, right, step back, shoot, all net. You kill dreams, dream killer. Focus is your weapon. They'll forget you. I'll make sure they never forget. Find focus.
Welcome back to Wheeler High School. Jeff Benedict, Robert Walford here with you on the call. Game number 4, I should say, between the Westlake Lions and the SACA Warriors. Westlake clinging, SACA clinging to a 2-point lead, 63-61, 4.5 minutes remaining here in the ball game. Chase Hunter with the 3, no good, off the back of the rim. Rebound on the floor, grabbed by Favors, Brandon Favors. It's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to belong to Southwest Atlanta Christian. We're going to get a substitution in here for SACA. Lamar Oden is going to check in here for the Warriors. Kobe Isaac will check out. And Westlake will have a substitute next dead ball as Kelvin Simeon looks to get back in the ball game. Isaiah Cotton will be picked up by Lewis, now over to King. Back up top is King. He'll be checked by Chuma Okiki, the Auburn commit. Had a very quiet day here for the young man. Nice use there of spin move by King out top, over to Cotton. Cotton over to Eloy. Eloy turns, faces, gets it back out to King. Running clock, 3.5 minutes remaining.
Ballard's looking like he can do anything that he can to get that open look. You know he wants the ball being the star of this team.
Ballard picked up defensive leader by Daniel Lewis. Florida on Central Florida crime. Puts the ball up off, can't get it to fall. Chuma Okiki with the rebound as Westlake looks to tie it up or take the lead. Chuma going straight down the lane, left hand, up and in. Big time shot there by Chuma.
And that's exactly what they need him to do. Late in the game, tied up 63-63 in the fourth, 3 minutes to go.
And just like that, Westlake takes a full timeout.
Jeff, I think I remember you saying earlier in the first half, no game is promised in the world of sports.
Unless you're playing Alabama.
Which is 33-16 in the half. I think Alabama's going to run away with that one. I'm surprised they've only scored 30 in the first half. 30 minutes.
They are, 17-point lead? The line was 24, if I'm not mistaken.
SEC championship game?
Like, I'm going to be honest, I'm surprised Florida scored 16.
I'm surprised they got the first point. I'm surprised they've even scored, to be honest. Appleby thrown 3 interceptions so far. The Alabama defense going into the playoffs, man, that's going to be something to handle.
And everybody talks about that Alabama defense and how they turn people over. But we don't realize their offense has turned the ball over just as much as their defense has gotten it. They were entering the game at a +1 on the season, and the turnover ratio was not great, by the way.
No, you can't go too far doing that, but I mean, I guess we're going to find out. Well, when late December, January.
When you play in the weak SEC, you can do that all the day. As we're back to action live here.
That might have been a shot at me.
Wheeler High School, 63-63, tied up between Southwest Atlanta Christian and the Westlake Lions. Jonathan King will bring the ball up here for SACA. Over to Eloy. Eloy puts the ball on the floor to his right, back to his left. He's going to kick it back out. Over to King. King asking everybody to sink as we're trying to run clock here. Under 3 minutes remaining now, 63-63. Over to Eloy. Eloy now back up top to Oden. Over to Eloy. Eloy spin in the lane, up, and that was down, halfway down, and it jumped back out. Okiki with the rebound, puts his head down, pushes off, no call, up and in, count the basket, and Westlake takes the lead, 65-63.
That's 2 big plays out of number 1, Chuma Okiki. Seems like he's going to start turning up here in the fourth.
Okiki's going to pick up Jonathan King, who has the basketball right now, calling out the plays. Picked up his dribble, now he gets it up top over to Ronald Eloy. Now over to Isaiah Cotton. Cotton back up top to Ballard. Ballard picked up by sophomore Chase Hunter. Ballard goes straight down the lane.
Shot doesn't count.
They're going to say foul was on the floor. This one's going to be on Chase Hunter. They call it on the floor, so Southwest Atlanta Christian will inbound the basketball. It's going to be Isaiah Cotton, gets it into Ballard. Ballard goes baseline, throws it up. Block shot there by Okiki. Nice job there by altering that shot. Ballard wanted a foul call. Back the other way comes Daniel Lewis. Stutter step back. Thought he was going to shoot a 3. Instead, he gets it out for a deep 2 to his teammate. Can't get that to fall. Rebound on the floor. Chase Hunter over to Okiki. Ball's going to go out of bounds. It will stay Westlake basketball as they are up to 65-63 with just under 2 minutes remaining here in the ball game.
A lot of athletic play on the floor so far. You see bodies flying. That's exactly what we expected to see out of any team playing Westlake or Southwest.
Back up top is Chase Hunter. We're going to get a timeout here taken by Westlake. Coach Rogers doesn't like what he saw. He's going to take a full timeout. We're going to take it with him this time. When we come back to final 143 here from Wheeler High School, the 2016 Wheeler Basketball Classic.
Timeout, Westlake.
It always comes a breaking point in everything that you do. But here's what the great ones do when the breaking point comes. Everybody loves the game. When it's tight, when everything is going well, you hit shots, but it gets to a certain point, which the breaking point, meaning at a certain point, somebody is going to retreat and not want it so much, and somebody is going to say, this is why I play the game of basketball. Say for everybody.
Welcome back to Wheeler High School. Final minute 40 between Westlake Lions and the Southwest Atlanta Christian Warriors. Been a battle back and forth all day long. Ball's going to go out of bounds. It will stay Westlake basketball. Chuma wanted a foul, and he probably had a great call for one as he got hit in the head as he went up. 65-63, Westlake up 2. Westlake has been down 6, 7, 8 points all afternoon. Chuma with the baseline moves, shows his strength. He's going to go up and get fouled, and he's going to go line to shoot 2.
If I'm not mistaken, that's his 4th shooting foul this quarter for Okiki.
At the line,
Trying to make these 2 shots count.
Chuma tries to make this a 2-possession lead with a minute 30 left. His first free throw attempt is up and good. Beautiful shot there by Chuma. Transferred to Westlake from Langston Hughes after his freshman year of high school. His 3rd year at Westlake. Nice box out there by Jonathan King. King comes back the other direction. He'll be picked up by Chuma. King steps in the lane. Chuma's going to pick him off. Coming back down the other direction is Chuma. And we're going to get a foul call out on the floor. And Westlake will shoot 1 and 1.
Physical play. Minute 20 seconds left.
I'm actually surprised they didn't call that before half court because they were grabbing him as he was running down the court.
You know, Kiki's not going to mind that.
No, he just wants to boom on somebody.
4th or 5th time up to the line.
This one rims out, can't get it to fall. King with a nice rebound. King will be picked up by Chuma. Back over to Ballard. Ballard, the dangerous guy, picked up by Chase Hunter. Stops, pops. Chuma alters that shot, can't get it to go. Rebound up in the air. Chuma will come down with it. SACA had 2 great looks at the basket, couldn't finish on either one of them. Chuma threw his legs to his left. He's going to kick it out. Back up top to Chase Hunter. Now over to Lewis. Lewis to his right, right down the lane. Scoop shot, up off the glass and in. Big time shot there for the senior going to Central Florida.
Danny Lewis.
Back the other direction comes King. King will be picked up by Chuma. Stutter start at the top of the line. We're going to get a travel call. Carry, the travel, whatever you want to call it. Easy call there by the official, as he clearly put his hand underneath the ball.
If I'm SACA right now, I want to get the ball to your best player on your team on number 15. Another foul.
It's going to be Andre Mitchell. He's going to go to the line. Had a wide open layup. You'd like to see him convert that, knowing he was going to get fouled, but instead he's going to go to the line to shoot 2. Westlake up 5, 63-68, 32 seconds remaining. SACA's going to look back on this one and think about all the missed opportunities they had when they were up 8 in this game to put it away and just could never quite get over that hump.
Looks right now they're playing a little nervous, a little scared. They need to calm down, realize that they're only down by 5 points right now. This game's not over. If anything, there's still time on the clock.
First free throw for Mitchell rattles around and goes. 69-63.
Still a 2-possession game.
And the second one is off the back of the rim. Chase Hunter with the rebound. Oh, Lewis got away, almost got that one. Ball on the floor though. Nice job there by Cotton to come up with it. Over to Ballard. Ballard for three, off the front of the rim. Rebound is up, and Westlake will come down with it. Mitchell has it as he throws it out to Chase Hunter. Again, this is going to be a game of missed opportunities for SACA, who's had plenty of opportunities to either put the game away or get back into it late here as they're down 6 now with 17 seconds remaining.
SACA players on the floor hanging their heads. This one might be all but over so far. 17 seconds left. Down by 6, and they got 2 shots coming up.
As the crowd is starting to fill in, as coming up next, we got Pebblebrook, led by top 3 player in the country, Colin Sexton, as they take on Berkmar. I'm going to be honest with you, that game will probably be over in the first 30 seconds. But don't go anywhere. We got great action for you. The night game coming up. Count the basket and one.
Last minute and a half, Chumo Kiki starting to look like that D1 commit to Auburn. Might be the first time we've seen that all game. But better late than never.
Yep.
And he comes to the line.
He might not have won the game for the team, but he definitely secured the victory.
And by the way, they waved off. They didn't give him the N1. I'm so confused as to what just happened.
You gonna tell me the free throw didn't count?
It didn't go in, but then it rolled out of bounds, and they said it was Westlake ball. I'm really confused. Maybe they did give him the points. And they did give him the points, by the way. I'm not sure why the ball rolled out of bounds, though, and they gave it to... Apparently, it hit. I would assume it hit a SACA player after he missed the free throw.
Maybe bounce off a foot, something we didn't see.
Yeah. As Mitchell knocks down to extend this lead out to 9, 72-63 with under 10 seconds remaining. And that one's no good. Ballard gets it. He's going to come out quickly. Final 8 seconds. He's going to go right down the lane, throw it, and get stuffed by the rim. And that's going to do it. Westlake's going to win 72-63. That's going to end game number 4. We still got 2 more for you live right here on SUVtv. Coming up next, Colin Sexton and Pebblebrook will take on the Berkmar Patriots. We'll have that live for you right here on SUVtv.
Final score.
Every day is another beginning. Gonna make my move, gonna live my dream. Gonna make my move, gonna live my dream. Gonna make my move, gonna live my dream.